I'm about to do a lighting test for a corporate shoot I have on in a couple of days, and yeah, I should probably shave. So there are a million ways you can light a headshot, and I don't have a ton of time at the beginning of this job to really be experimenting or fiddling with my lights, so I really want to lock in my lighting setup right now ahead of time. I've actually been provided some reference images to replicate. So this kind of image is a little bit different than the sort of work that's in my portfolio, but they're very nice, very clean, and they're very practical images, so they can be used on LinkedIn, and they'll go on the business website, and they'll feel right in place. Right in place? They won't feel out of place. They'll feel in place with all the other headshots on the website. So let's get to it. I don't have an assistant on this job, it's just me. So my gear setup needs to be versatile enough to give me a lot of options on how I want to light this, but small enough to fit inside this bag, so I can bump in and out in one trip. I'm setting everything up in a tiny apartment because, well, it's the only space I have available, but it should also be perfect practice for a couple of days' time when I have to reset all this up and recreate this setup in a tiny boardroom. I was worried about it spinning, but it seems to be doing an okay job because it's just got the one point there, so I was worried it would turn around. But I think it's got these 2 points on the side for if you mount it horizontally, and obviously wouldn't spin. But I think if I loop this through the post here, then there's no chance it will spin. Let's set up the umbrella. I never get this first go. Look at the size of this thing. This is a 7-foot softbox. Well, it's not even a softbox. 7-foot umbrella. And when you get this extra diffusion layer on the front, it basically acts like a softbox. It is so enormous. And in a small space like this, it's very impractical because light bounces everywhere. But it creates such a big soft source of light. I love it. But the next strobe is going to light the backdrop, and that will hide all those ugly wrinkles. Tiny little diffuser. In the reference images, there was some kicker light coming from sort of over the shoulder. I don't have enough strobes to do that, so I'm going to see if I can create that with a reflector. Silver is the most reflective, so we're going to start there. And if that doesn't work, well, then none of the colors will work. This is the ring flash. So Sony a7 IV, 90mm macro with a ring flash and a Godox wireless trigger. Backlight, hopefully kicker reflector, key light, fill light. You ready, Michelle? On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you to be a stand-in model? 11. I love it. Move this key light in. Okay, can I get you to stand in here? 3, 2, 1. So they definitely do the job. White background, very evenly lit, but I don't know, I feel like it's missing something. What do you think, Michelle? Color couple of things to be mindful of were the ring flash reflections in the glasses. Pretty easy to retouch, but retouching them out 30 times, it does add up. A little bit annoying if everybody's wearing glasses. So I'm gonna try one more setup. We have a new key light, which is this umbrella. We have a fill light, which is this giant umbrella. There's a lot going on here, but this is why we test. Okay, yeah, can you stand in front of that light? Turn to face your body towards the sink, and then turn back towards me. Ah, nice, it's looking much better. Okay, that looked really good. I'm just gonna test replacing our giant softbox backdrop with a much smaller flash head. Okay, turn your head a bit more towards me. All right, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay. I'm liking this much more than the giant softbox. One, it's easy to set up, and two, I think the look is just nicer. So that single small round head is just acting as a bit of a fill to just take away a little bit of the shape that the umbrella that we're using a key is creating. Last thing I want to test is to just flip the umbrella around and use it as a shoot-through umbrella instead of a reflective umbrella. And turn your head towards me. Nice. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. One nice clean headshot. I think in the end, what I liked the most was just using a small round head as a fill light and then using the reflected umbrella as a key. Wow. A very simple looking image, but it's actually a lot more technical than I thought. So I'm very glad I did this test. Save a whole bunch of time. I'll be able to get up and running in probably like 30 minutes on the day, rather than like, I don't know how long I've been dicking around with these lights, hours. Look at this. Look at this absolute mess. There are things everywhere. So I've got to put my apartment back together.